I haven't made a video in a long time. I've been working full time and also working with Advocates Protecting Children, doing a lot of work there. But I felt really compelled this morning to make a video. Three things have been happening just in the last week that um, it, it quite it scares me. It scares me to my bones, and it should scare everybody because it's an indication that the transgender ideology, which used to sort of be an ideology that was infecting everything, has now become essentially a state-sponsored cult. And if we don't stand up and push back against it immediately, we're in trouble. We're already in so much trouble. And I'm calling on people to act. I'm calling on people to call your legislators, to call the media, to push back on the narrative, to call the court systems, to stand up and say, we don't accept this ideology as our state imposed religion. So the three things that happened. First of all, Jennifer Swain was arrested in the UK for putting up stickers defending women's rights and freedoms. And she was arrested and accused of being transphobic. The courts got a warrant to search her home for so-called transphobic material, whatever that means. This is a clear violation of somebody's freedom and really suggests that they're willing to go to no end to stop us from speaking, which is why I'm making this video, because I suspect if things continue the way they're going, within a year, I will not be able to post videos like this, and I might be in jail. It's not unlikely that all of us who are speaking out against this will be in jail if we don't push back and stop it. And I don't think I'm being hyperbolic on this. I think that this is legitimately happening and a concern. And it's happening because people are afraid to stand up and afraid to push back. So Jennifer's arrest is number one. The second one, I attended a hearing as an observer yesterday for a parent who's trying to stop his son from being medicalized. And I just want to read to you what the court judge said. He said, first of all, his name is Judge Benjamin Rees. This is California. And he started out by saying, my preferred pronouns are he, him, and his. And if you have a preferred pronoun that you would like me to use when addressing you, particularly a gender neutral pronoun, please let me know so that I can respect everyone's gender identity. This guy is clearly biased. This poor parent doesn't stand a chance in a court like this, where already the judge is showing his hand and saying, I'm part of this cult. I don't know how we go about getting a judge to recuse themselves as a result of adhering to these incredibly dangerous ideology and imposing it on those in his courts. But the fact that he started out the court with this announcement is incredibly concerning. And the last one, I couldn't sleep last night because I am so upset about this. And we should all be incredibly scared. Men named James Tubbs raped a 10-year-old girl in a public bathroom years ago. He was not prosecuted at the time, but recently DNA evidence showed it was indeed him. This man penetrated a 10-year-old girl in a public bathroom and is now being sent to a girls' juvenile youth facility because he's identifying as a female. For anybody who's a survivor, for anybody who knows a survivor, for anybody who's married to a survivor, who's the mother of a survivor, the sister of a survivor, the father of a daughter, this should be horrifying to you. This is a man who has a history of violent crime, who raped a 10-year-old girl in a public bathroom, and now identifies as Hannah Tubbs. And Hannah, aka James Tubbs, has been sentenced to serve his time in a juvenile youth facility with girls, simply because he's saying he identifies as a woman. Now, the fact that he's serving time with children rather than adults has to do with some funky law in California. The fact that he's serving time with girls instead of boys or men
is because of this state-imposed religion that has taken hold and is denying the privacy and the safety and the fundamental rights of women and girls. And I can't stand it. The idea of this man being in with vulnerable girls. If you don't know much about youth detention, many of those girls are in there because they were victims of violent crime. They were abused or assaulted or molested as children, and they were coming from at-risk families, and now they're serving time, and now they're not safe. This is a violation of the Geneva Conventions. This is to me something that the world should be up in arms about, and at the very least, we should be saying no more. And honestly, if you can sleep at night with all of this happening, there's something wrong with you. And if you can't stand up and say this is wrong and take one small step, then you're complicit in the abuse of children, in any rapes and any sexual assaults that happen as a result of this, and then the eroding of our fundamental rights and the erasure of women as a category. That's what's happening now. And so please just do something, just do one thing, make a call, send a letter, make a video, share your concerns with a friend, do something to stop this ideology that is just decimating our world and destroying our children. Thank you.